Oh, shit, I have Thurman on there. All right, let me replace you. We're doing it live.
What
David,
the fuck?
and then Thurman leaves. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where is he at? So Thurman's on your lap right now. Describe to me the feeling.
A little bit
All right,
awkward.
he's gone. He's gone. All right. David,
Yeah.
we had a stream a couple days ago where you ate 50 fucking Wendy's spicy nugs. You can't find the archive because David said some no-no things.
Of course I did. I was drunk.
He was drunk, yeah, but I was curious. He ate 50 nuggies, so I'm going to just Google. I felt this was knowledge that was important enough to put in a Spy X Family review. How many nuggets can a single chicken provide? I'm very curious about this.
Yeah. So
Assuming
am I,
about 15 grams per nugget, and that you use all the meat on the chicken, not just breast meat, which is how McDonald's currently makes them. Lol. And an average chicken's weight of 3.5 pounds with about 25% weight, non-meat, meaning bone, skin, yada yada. Then you can safely calculate the chicken can yield. Oh, it does the ... You got to click the website. God damn it. 80 nuggets per chicken. No, you didn't make it. Next stream, you got to eat a whole chicken.
Okay.
All right. So next stream is going to be titled "David Eats an Entire Chicken." I'm gonna make a thumbnail. I swear to God, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a thumbnail with you, like savagely with like blood all over your mouth, like holding a chicken.
I'm okay with this.
Actually, I want to make that a video. Like David eats an entire chicken. I have that as the thumbnail, and then the video is just you comes into the kitchen, sits down on the table, bag of 80 nugs, and then you're just like, we're just chilling as you're like eating 80 nugs at like a casual pace.
Yeah.
Oh, glorious. All right. Spikes family. So, tennis, man. It's a lot more extreme than I remember.
They went full fucking Prince of Tennis, man.
Bro, tennis doping. Tennis doping. I guess
Yeah.
that probably happens, but you never think tennis. It's weird. You don't think of tennis as like the manly sport, even though there's no reason to not think that. It's just kind of like a preconceived thing, I suppose. I played a bit of tennis with my grandpa, who's dead now.
I played a bit of tennis with
Wait,
my
you
dad when
can't
I was a
skip through
kid.
that. Before you think I'm heartless, he died like 10 years ago, so it's the sadness is gone. And I was going for edgy humor. He was a great guy. Love him. Had a good. Yeah, he was good at tennis. That's all I'm gonna say about it. You guys don't care about my grandpa, my dead ass grandpa. Move on.
So, like, they got this experimental drug. They're rigging the game. They're doing all sorts of weird shit in this underground tennis club for whatever fucking reason. There's an underground tennis gambling ring
Yeah.
in this country.
Bro, that shit had me dead.
Of all the sports.
Walk
You don't
in
have
like
boxing or,
Well,
you
even-
know, underground wrestling or MMA. You got fucking tennis.
usually with stuff like this, it's like dark shit, like dog fighting, where you get like two breeds of dogs and you're like watching them kill each other, or like
the pit bull and the chihuahua.
yeah, well, that would be over very quickly. Yeah, but anyway, you know, usually I think for those you like starve them too, and you agitate them. Yeah, so yeah, no, that Chihuahua would be fucking annihilated unless you got like a. I'm not sure how the speeds work. Maybe the Chihuahua could like. If you really wanted to make that interesting, you'd have like terrain and like obstacles and like maybe like something that the Chihuahua could climb up and get to a high ground. See, now I see
I have the high ground.
I'll be honest. Are you ready for a bad admission from me? I kind of see the appeal of that. It's I would never, ever, ever go to one or condone it, and it definitely should be illegal. But like, I understand why that's entertaining. There's something fun about watching, especially like in nature. It's very fun to watch like two animals fight. But yeah, no, it's fucked up to do that. But I am now kind of wanting. I'm curious how that would end if you gave like a Chihuahua a bunch of high ground to like kind of like do like a Rey Mysterio fucking front flip, like you know what I'm saying? Like, what's it called when they dive off the top rope and then they fucking like do a flip and like smack their like lower body onto someone's stomach in WWE?
Oh, shit. Man,
Rob
I
Van
don't-
Dam did like the frog splash or something.
Yeah, frog splash, fucking shooting star press.
Yeah,
you
you got the terminology. One of those, right? So now I just basically what I'm saying is someone should do a fan art of a Chihuahua like frog splashing off of the turnbuckle to a pit bull. But yeah, no, it's funny. They do explain it. Apparently, like this guy is just most likely incredibly rich billionaire type, in deep with all these people in power. Clearly he has knowledge of, he knows people that have knowledge of things that would, I should have gotten the chapter up because there's names that I'm forgetting, but essentially he has knowledge, most likely, or at least it's stored in the painting, of things that could cause like wars to break out, right? And we see this a lot in real life. I remember there was a big thing that caused a lot of tension was, I don't remember what they called it, but there was a big thing, a bunch of pictures that leaked out of our soldiers, United States soldiers, like torturing a bunch of, I believe it was Iraqi civilians, like we're talking like humiliating shit, stripping them naked, posing with them, waterboarding, shit like that, right?
Pissing on them.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if they did that. I didn't see that myself, but yeah. So stuff like that, it makes total sense that like there's probably a lot of shit like that in real life where there's information like that people try to keep under wraps, just not even just to like. I like this perspective because usually when you think of someone hiding information, you think, it's the classic, we got to make ourselves look good. But, like, I like this idea of, like, Lloyd here, Twilight, I keep forgetting Lloyd's his fake name. Twilight, as, like, this middle ground person who has no stake in either of the country's reputation. It's more of just, I just want to keep the peace. Like, and normally you look at like truth tellers or people getting out the truth as the good guy, which I would argue usually 9 times out of 10 it is good to tell the truth. But like in this scenario, it's one of those like I just want to keep the peace. Even if we have to live like an ignorance is bliss style thing, like less death will come if this information doesn't come out. So it's an interesting way to look at it. And yeah, basically you have the continued shit here. You know what? I'm rambling. Go ahead, David.
So. There's a couple questions I have here for our viewers. Just to kind of open up the conversation in the comments here. Do you think that there's more to this than just tennis? Like, do you think that they host, like, badminton or soccer matches on other days?
No, because there's a scene here where it says why, it explains why it's tennis. It's just like this guy has a love for the sport. I gotta find where they said that.
But not just this ring. Like, there has to be more of these little outlets here of like different people in power. You would think here, because there's not just one corrupt. If there's corruption in government, there's not just one corrupt motherfucker running shit. There's more than one. There's usually a whole sect of them running. Like,
well, I don't think this has much to do with the government. I think this is specifically just this rich guy's like hobbies. Is the vibe I'm getting here. Obviously, he knows people in government because rich people always know people in government. So there's probably more underground things like this. I think the reason, like the canonical reason here that's stated that it's tennis is because he just happens to be a rich fuck that loves tennis. Like that's really about it, I think, which is funny. Like it'd be like if, you see this a lot with like really rich people. Like one of the reasons why, like if you look at the Jeffrey Epstein shit and like one of the reasons why a lot of rich people tend to like, oh, whoopsie daisy, they were involved in like a pedophile sex ring. Oh, so imagine that. Usually it's because, at least if you're looking at them psychologically, when you get to a point where you're so fucking rich that you can like buy entire countries, not an over exaggeration by the way, Jeff Bezos could literally buy countries. Like you start to like lose what makes being human be exhilarating and exciting, right? Like overcoming challenges, gaining new highs, like shit like us getting 5,000 subscribers. That's a dopamine burst. Getting more viewers. Releasing a new great video. When you're at like billionaire level, you're just like you're just so bored all the time, I would imagine, right? I think psychologically it's too much power for any person to really have. So like a lot of billionaires, they have to take their hobbies and like make it taboo. It's the same fucking like brain science that like makes people have like really wacky kinks, I think. If normal safe sex becomes too vanilla and boring, they gotta like spice it up, you know what I'm saying? So like
my car battery to my nipples.
Yeah, obviously, exactly. That specifically. So with this guy, it seems like he's like, I love tennis, but now that I'm a billionaire, just normal tennis ain't doing it for me anymore. I gotta make it illegal. I gotta add like I'm waiting for the moat to come out. I want like spikes and fucking flames and shit. I want like basically Mario tennis. Like add power ups to this shit.
Well, he kind of added fucking
That's true,
power-ups
the steroids, yeah.
juicing.
But give me obstacles. I like how cool would it be if he had like a button up? Because we're doing here. Listen. We're doing like wacky fucking like Bond like cheesy like Bond movie shit here, right? So like this is not unbelievable to me. Imagine like the guy up there, he has like a button, like he sees his dudes losing, and then he like pushes the button, and then like the tennis ball like just like ejects spikes or some shit. I would love that.
Oh yeah. No, Mr. Twilight, I expect you to die.
I need it. Like imagine like they rigged the tennis ball, or like the floor opens up, like their side of the tennis court opens up and it's like a lava pit or like a shark pit, please.
Or just lasers all over. Yeah.
Are those sharks with freaking lasers on their heads?
Oh, but like, and just weighing in on what you were saying there with like hobbies becoming extreme, it's the same thing that weighs into like the Disney stars, the child Disney stars,
Jake
child
Paul's
actors.
house got raided by the FBI.
Yeah, and just like their spiral and out of control and everything because they've been in the limelight and been handed everything by their agents, their parents, and everything their entire lives. So they don't know what normal is. They've never had a normal life outside of the spotlight. So they just tried to either tank their career so they can have some normalcy, or just go so over the top extravagant that they just either end up sadly dying really young or going full Jake Paul.
Life is all about chasing highs. Some people do it in a more natural way, like getting the natural hits of dopamine after overcoming challenges. Some people do it in a more artificial way with like hard drugs. Some people that have the means to it, like with money, you're going to, like if you're Jeff Bezos, like he literally had a fucking interview where he was like, I got so much money now, I got to start spending it on space travel. Otherwise, I'll never be able to spend it.
Or, you could just end world hunger.
Imagine saying that. Yeah. Imagine saying that when there's like record level fucking unemployment. So yeah, you got to have a dose of everything in life. You got to go up and down, escalation and de-escalation. It's very important. Take the highs with the lows, etc.
So with all the shit that's going on here, we got some sexual tension.
Yeah. Lloyd is playing the classic fucking completely dense to it guy as well.
He realizes what's going on, but he's just I'm happy. You can see it in his eyes that he can kind of realize that she's trying to get his attention.
Yeah,
but he's trying
it'd be a different dynamic because, like, usually, like, main characters of anime. Well, actually, I was gonna say because usually main characters of anime they have like a harem and a million bitches like looking for their dick, but like usually they're just too dumb to notice it. Whereas like Lloyd, I would hope the dynamic would be opposite, where he's not too dumb to notice it, but he's just kind of such a fucking studly ass man that like he literally has all the bitches looking for his dick, so he has the like ability to be like, no, fuck you.
He definitely seems to have that.
I'd respect it. Like, Senku, man.
I mean,
I keep thinking, can I give a shout out to my boy Senku from Dr. Stone?
Oh my god.
Oh man, I will never. That's one of my favorite moments ever. When that bitch is like, I don't even remember her name, but she's like trying to like, ooh, bad boy, ooh, and he's just like, fucking save your shit for some lovesick boy, all right? More characters like that in anime, please. Thank you.
That was the ultimate Begone thought.
Oh, it was so good.
But like, I mean, look back to the chapter where he took Anya to the hospital, where he had everybody performing tasks to cover up his, cover story here. You don't think that, like, the second Anya's gone, the people are like, Twilight, let me massage your feet. Let me give you a lap
massage your dick, Twilight.
You're the world's greatest spy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, how much poon did James Bond get? He's basically this world's James Bond.
Yeah, like, James Bond is just a misogynist.
Also, I'm just realizing how much I fucking hate the term poon. I always use it ironically, but it's cringe. The fuck? Poon? Where did that even derive from?
Let us know in the comments.
Hold on. Poon. Poon. A simple or foolish person is apparently the first definition. Dress in such a way to attract attention, typically sexual success in view. A large Indo-Malaysian evergreen tree. Wow. But let's go to Urban Dictionary, because that's a lot more important. Oh, no. Do not go to Urban Dictionary. I'll tell you about that one later, David. That's bad. It was very bad. It was very not good. All right.
Wow, who would have guessed Urban Dictionary?
No, it was worse. It was worse than you think. I'll let you know. It was very bad. It was illegal bad. Go ahead and just look at the first. Go and search the first poon on Urban Dictionary. It's not good. Anyway, any more thoughts on this chapter, David?
Not really. Not.
It's a very straightforward one. Hello?
Not a whole lot to talk about this one. Jesus!
You looked it up, didn't you?
Christ. No.
Yeah, stay away from it. Don't make any references to it. Don't talk about it. Just move on.
Yep.
Anyway, with this chapter, I do gotta say too, I'm very proud of this author, because one of the things I wanted to know if he was gonna do was we were getting nervous that maybe like with the success of Anya specifically as like a character that everyone fucking loves and she's like becoming a meme, we were like, I hope that the author is aware that he can make a chapter without her, that he doesn't have to like artificially put her into every chapter. And I'm very happy to see that it looks like he is going to do that, because it looks like this fucking like tennis competition arc is going to be like a legit arc, which is very interesting. Tournament arc! Spy X Family gets a tournament arc!
Everybody gets a tournament arc, Red.
I'm seriously, like I'm not even kidding when I say it. If they want to keep the fucking tension high on this tournament arc, you start the first couple tennis matches as just normal tennis matches, and then you escalate them, right? So the first one, normal tennis match. The second one, they got steroids. The third one, the spiky tennis ball I told you about. Then we start opening little like pits of the stage with like lava. Like I just up it until you're basically playing like Mario Kart.
So.
Like, the final tennis match is going to be them in, like, fucking drag race cars, fucking, like, going 300 miles per hour down a fucking thing, and, like, ping-ponging a ball back and forth between the cars while, like, driving through a fucking forest and, like, up a mountain.
So, Rocket League mixed with Mario Kart?
You just imagine, I'm gonna be so sad if this doesn't happen. I'm setting myself up for disappointment, but, like, that would be so cool.
Very much so.
If it just went totally off the walls and it became, like, the most ridiculous fucking tennis match in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, I kept seeing you guys make tennis references on Twitter before I read the chapter. And I'll be honest, the first thing I thought of was the legendary Death Note tennis match.
Oh, my God.
I really thought that was what it was going to be like. I'm pleasantly surprised to see it wasn't just a ripoff of that. Because I was expecting, like, a deep analytical, like, playing tennis with some, like, you know, guy he's trying to get information on. And he just does, like, the L thing where he's just like, the way that he hits the tennis ball, it tells me he's guilty.
Well, I mean, I did make the joke like Spy X Tennis or something.
Oh yeah, what a joke! You replaced one word of the title with tennis.
But
I can't. I've made horrible jokes, dude.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil you because I know you hadn't read it yet.
You
usually read it like 10 minutes before we film the shit.
Yeah, it helps me remember things better. I have problems with brain.
But it definitely went full Prince of Tennis, like I said in the beginning of the video, which is the one sport anime besides Slam Dunk that I watched or read a bit of.
I also wanted to talk about these fucking, like, pro tennis players that came to the underground. So they're previous pro tennis players that were, like, literally the most anime thing in the world. Like, we seek greater challenge. We trained in the mountains.
Yeah.
And, like, because before I read that we trained in the mountains shit, I was, like, looking at them, and this one guy has a scar, like he fought a fucking bear, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's tennis. What the fuck? What are you doing? So like now there's so many things. Like maybe you could say he got that scar beforehand, but I like to imagine that scar is from his really intense tennis training.
Probably.
Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how. Like, what kind of animal does that? It's got to be an animal, right? Like a claw mark.
It definitely looked like a claw mark.
I'm overanalyzing, but that's what I like to do. Put in the comments, I want you guys' theories on what tennis training related accident gave him that scar.
Setting up a net in the cold, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, if they were playing in the mountains, maybe like a fucking mountain lion came up while they were fucking playing tennis.
Bad kitty! That's a bad kitty! Give me back the ball!
Wild. We never stopped striving for perfection. We moved underground. Training in the mountains. What the fuck? I like how, by the way, too, training, like, you know that fucking meme where it's like someone like there's there's 4 squares, and like the first square is like some boring thing, and then the person's like, nah, and the second square is something better, and they're like, you know that meme?
Yeah.
Like, I want to make one where it's like training, and they're like bored, like whatever, nah, and then it's training in the mountains, like
Yeah.
Once you
the
all
Vince
of a sudden,
McMahon meme
it could be
or
the
the other
same
one.
It could be the same fucking training, but if it's in the mountains, it's immediately badass.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So, any predictions before we talk about other shit real quick?
What's this other shit?
Well, we did mention that we were either
Oh, that other shit. Yeah,
either
David and I are starting a porn industry. No.
No.
David's opening an OnlyFans would have been the better joke there. I apologize.
I mean, eventually, maybe.
Bruh. Anyway, well, so predictions. I think I told you my predictions. I want a slowly escalating tennis gauntlet.
I'd be down for it. What I'm thinking here. Let me just deep dive here.
Deep dive.
As the one person here that's actually read sports manga and watched sports anime back in the day, we're going to get the Roid boys here, just for this next match, and then we're going to get like the one of them gets hurt moment. Probably the overzealous Whammon. And then Lloyd's going to have to step up here and play for both of them. And then that's when everything's going to start fucking happening. We're going to get like power moves. We're going to get all the ridiculous games that these corrupt motherfuckers are going to play to protect everything against these rookie lovebirds. Well, I know why, because she's madly in love with him, but why is marriage the only cover story in the series? But we're going to get that, and then he's going to overcome the adversity.
I'm sorry. The reason I didn't answer your question is because I got distracted by Thurman having a dumb Twitter take.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you see? I just want to say, you motherfuckers need to relax with, you know, that Twitter, that Crunchyroll Twitter account that's like a fake Crunchyroll Twitter account?
I don't know why Thurman is retweeting
Everyone keeps falling for that shit, specifically Thurman. Such cringe. Thurman, like, by the way, this is, if you ever want to know who doesn't fucking read shit, like, I can't fathom people that just, like, read clickbait shit and don't read, like, there's too many people that read the headline of an article and don't read the article. Ever want to test that shit? Send them, like, one of these fake articles. There was one where it was, like, One Piece outsold the Bible. And, like, the link literally went to, like, a shit post YouTube video that had nothing to do with it. And people were, like, believing
Usopp is black.
Yeah, is Usopp black? Now, some people... That's a really great video, by the way. So, like, this one... Just Thurman. Go troll Thurman in the comments. Like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, anyway.
No!
Anyway.
No!
Yes!
Okay, go.
So, we're going to get to the Overcome University, and then... she's going to miraculously recover to help steal the win.
So wait,
that's what's going to happen here.
You think Nightfall is going to be injured? Is that what I heard?
Nightfall going to be injured. No. We're going to go through all the bullshit that you go through with the fucking stereotypical.
Why do you think so little of this series to do some stereotypical shit, huh?
Because they're following the.
No, they're fucking not.
They're following Prince of Tennis rules here, bitch.
Nope. We're in an age of Whammon empowerment, David, and this character just got introduced. Typical storytelling tropes. You don't, like, grievously injure a character this early into their introduction because you have to build them up as a badass first, and then to make the injury more surprising after they've been a badass for a long time, yada, yada, yada. That's not just...
Bleh.
I'm just telling you it's not happening. It's not happening.
Well, we'll see who's right.
Neither of us will be right, but it should be me because that'd be really cool. Ever-escalating tennis gauntlet of death.
But we'll
the goddamn Hunter games of the Hunter exams of tennis. Goddamn it.
we're probably going to get point 1 chapter the next chapter anyway.
It'll be
but-
like the fucking, you know what the meme I thought of? You remember that SpongeBob episode where Plankton is like entering Patrick in like the fry cook games?
Oh God.
Do you remember that?
Yes, my
And like he
childhood
walks
has
it
come
like
back.
he's so terrifying, so absolutely large, and it's just like this huge muscly guy walking in, and he's like, this guy was carrying the real guy. Turns around, Patrick Star. He's like duct taped to his back.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's what I kind of wanted to see with these muscly fucks. Like they're just like coming in, and then like the real guy is just some like small scrawny fuck, but they're actually really good or something. We took steroids just to carry our boy out here.
That would be funny. But anyway, so if you're not interested in what's going to be happening moving forward with the channel, you can click off now. But if you're interested in what's going to happen to the reviews moving forward, stay tuned.
It's really not that big of a change, so I'm going to say it really quick. We're trying to move to a place in this channel where we can get shit out on time, because I want to start growing more and not just kind of, I want to seem more professional, etc., etc. So basically it boils down to this. If I'm not available, if David's not available, if Thurman's not available, by the time it gets to like Tuesday night and there's still some reviews that we haven't filmed or something, we're going to start filling in for one another, right? So examples. Let's say Thurman and I haven't filmed Dr. Stone and it's like Tuesday night or something. Then me and David will do it. If David and I haven't filmed Chainsaw Man and David's busy or something, then I'll slap Thurman in that. The only exceptions here is if someone doesn't read the series. Like One Piece, of course, has to be me and Thurman. But essentially, we're going to be stretching our rules a bit more, the normal cast, in order to get shit out on time. Obviously, it shouldn't happen too often because ideally we like to keep the cast as it is. But we're just saying we're gonna kind of give ourselves like a stopping point. Like, okay, it's officially too late. We want to get the shit out, so fill in. Like that's basically the only change we're making here.
Yep. And if you're unavailable, then I can record.
Yeah. I gotta stop eating these Swedish fish. You know the candy Swedish fish?
Oh God.
Fucking absolutely nomin, but it's fucking me up.
Disgusting.
I don't know, if you're anything like me, you stop being able to handle sugar after like 25. It might just be my body, particularly.
Oh yeah. Well, there was a point where I cut myself off of like sugar so I could just reset.
Fucks me up, but it's delicious.
Oh yeah. Like I rarely drink Mountain Dew anymore, but when I do, I go ham.
Oh, it's so
Anyway,
good.
so yeah, that's the plan moving forward. Now, obviously, we mentioned on stream that we'll be adding Jujutsu Kaisen and Black Clover to the channel at some point.
Yes. Next 3 months. That's the deadline we're giving us. Next 3 months, you getting Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. So that's another reason why we're implementing these rules because we
want to have shit on time. Yeah.
So at that point, like, what the goal for, at least on my end is to have everything like scheduled out to where we can actually be like, okay, so we have everything thumbnail ready, go. Boom.
Which would mean that we would have to kind of get a time where we can film, like maybe if we could take like Sunday night and all of us film all our reviews in like a 2-hour chunk and get them all filmed and all scheduled so we can just, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what the goal was to test this theory with Undead Unlock it being a rotating cast.
Yeah. And that along with we're gonna try to up our production value as well, get better art, not to say our art's bad, I mean more art shit to like kind of like if you look at like how Nux Taku edits, like there's really not a lot of editing going on there, but there's like some motion to make it appear more than just like a static frame. Just try to up our production value of teens as well. We want to kind of start getting more professional, yada yada.
And then come con time, I got a light ring, and then I'm grabbing a green screen so we can do some live action stuff to put in between our reviews as well.
I want to do, you know that fucking na 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 dancing. I want to do some shit like that with all three of us, just doing like some sort of cute kawaii-esque anime weeb dance together in front of a green screen.
Oh boy,
we're doing it. I don't give a fuck.
That'll be cringe, but check that out.
It may be cringe, but if you love us, you'll appreciate it. Look at it in the same way you'd look at like
regulars.
Yeah, exactly. Goodbye. Peace.
Bye.